don't need no talk. It's late in the day and I'm tired. It's been a long day. But hello now, Divas. Let's try that again. It's me, Princess D, and I'm here today because I want to share something with you. I was so eager to try the Kirsty Meekins wooden fingernail because the way she did it was so simple. I did see a wooden nail done by Hot Pink Zebra Polish, but I may try that one because I think that the tools that I have are okay to use in that one. But in this one, Kirsty used a gel polish color that looked sort of like this color. I don't have that in a gel polish. I only have that in an OPI polish called Meet a Boy Cute as Can Be. And I don't know how well it's going to work on that. Also, the closest I have to that is made by Mathy. And it doesn't have a name to it, but it is color number 1206. That's the last four numbers on it. But that's what this one looks like, the Mathy. So it's a huge, huge difference. Not only is that a huge difference from what Kirsty used. Kirsty used a felt tip marker. It was not a Sharpie brand, but this is all I have right now. But she used a felt tip marker. She wiped off the inhibition layer to the gel polish. She did not put a top coat on it because the Sharpie, the felt tip Sharpie, when you go across the nail, it will give that wood grain appearance. And then I'll leave the link to her thing down below where you can watch it. If you haven't already seen it, I'm sure you have. But if you haven't, here's my lame version of it. So, being that I didn't have the brown in the felt tip, I only have it in the fine point tip. It didn't work so great. But this is what I came up with. And it kind of looks like some wood that stuff you get like from Home Depot, put on your walls, make it look like you got wood grain, but it ain't really wood grain. That's what it kind of looks like to me. But it don't look like, hers looked like legit wood. And hers had some legit leaves. Mine, not so great. But I'm going to show you how to do this one.
It actually looks pretty.
So if you like this, stick around. I'll show you how I did it. So I used 2 coats of the Mathy. I also did 2 coats of OPI's Meet a Boy Cute as Can Be because I wanted to see how it will turn out on that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and set this one to the side and work on that in a moment. So with the fine point, all I did, what Kirsty did was she just went straight down. So that's what I tried to do. And it don't want to work like it does, and it don't. Maybe that's what gives it its character. I don't know. I wish I knew how to speed this thing up so you guys don't have to like just watch me do this and take forever. I am so sorry. But once I get it on there, I try to get it on there good. And I try to go as far up and down as I can. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going back and forth trying to get all the ink on this nail. Now, of course, if this was a client, I would be a lot more careful around the cuticles, but Miss Flexley don't care. She don't mind being used for artistic stuff. She said anything to make your artistic mind grow, princess. Get to my head. She be blowing me up, making me feel like I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world, they say. Okay, so I'm going to turn it around the other way, and I'm going to go ahead and try to get these edges real good so that none of it looks yellow at all.
I'm just making sure the camera's on it. That's already starting to look like, it's already starting to look like wood.
You think so?
Yeah.
In my practice, the one I did before I recorded this one, it made it, being that I used this kind, it did kind of, like, when I go to use the alcohol to try to draw out my leaves, you'll see it doesn't want to wipe away the, and I'm using a higher percentage alcohol than I normally use. I usually use 70% isopropyl alcohol with almond and cherry almond flavor. Okay, so then at this point, what Kirsty did was she pressed down on the marker to create circles. But being that this is a fine point marker, it's not going to work. So what I did was actually made circles and just kept going around and around and around and around and around until it just made a circle. And then I made one like around here. But you want to kind of like, if it's going to be oblong, you want it to go with the grain. So you want it to go like this. I feel like you can feel when it starts to dry out. Like it's dried out. It's not wanting to work. Okay. So I did that. It's like when it's upside down, it works better. Okay. So then she went like in around the circle that she made and came up inward towards the top around the circle. So you want to go around and then bring it in and bring it down. It's kind of frustrating working with this fine point marker. I wish I had got the regular ones. That's my son. I'm going to do that to this one as well. It's hard to do it at this angle. I say that all the time, but it really is. See, this one's not working very well. Let me see if I write on something and get the ink flowing again. See if we can't get that to work a little better. There's the baby.
Mom, can I open something in mine?
What baby?
Stickies. And there's like different like stick stuff.
So you want to do that a couple times. Put a couple rings around it. But as long as you're going in the same direction, it should be good. Like you shouldn't have a problem. And when it dries out, just go ahead and write on a piece of regular paper till the ink starts coming out again. And then as you can see, you're good to go. Okay. All right, so there's that part. Then what I'm going to do is get a little bit of alcohol here. And I can't find one flippin' dappin' dish. So I'm just going to get a lint-free wipe and some alcohol on my little wipe here. And I'm going to saturate my brush. And then with my brush wet with alcohol, I'm going to try to empty out some space with no marker. And I want it to be in the shape of a leaf, but I don't have the proper brushes to use. So I'm going to do the best I can with what I got. And I'm going to try to clear out this space to make it look like a leaf. Okay.
I'm gonna open cutie stick.
Go ahead. Wait, what?
Cutie stick.
Oh, why don't you do that, like, when there's more time in a day? It's almost
Does that
done.
mean I can do it tomorrow with one of my buddies?
I think that's a great idea.
Oh, okay. So, I don't know what to do.
Because I didn't use the right marker is the only reason why I can't just draw with my paintbrush, you guys. Had I used, or had I had, because I would have used if I had, the regular felt tip marker, then I would have been able to simply draw out a beautiful leaf. But because I didn't, and I don't, it's not going to work exactly the way hers did. But hey, I'm making it my own, right? So now what I'm going to do is dry that off with a clean lint-free towel just by dabbing it right there. Then I'm going to take my green Sharpie felt tip marker. And again, it is an old marker, so it doesn't have a good point. So, SOL, as one of my good friends have just recently said to me. So, I'm going to do the best I can with making a leaf here with this marker. And I'm just going to color them in. And if this was a client or myself, I would have put liquid latex on her. So I'm just going to do 3 leaves here, just so that you can get the gist of what I'm doing. You can make as many leaves as you want. You can throw in some flowers, some thorns. I put rhinestones on my other one. Okay, so there's my 3. Now what I'm going to do is get my brush back up. And I'm going to wet it with my alcohol here. And I'm going to go, well, first here, I'll clean off Flexie's little finger. A little bit. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and try to get this so you can see it. And I'm going to wipe around to highlight some of this leaf, so that it will look layered, if that makes sense. I know I'm probably not using the right words, you guys, and I am sorry. Okay, so that looks good to me. I like the way that looks. I'm not completely happy with it, but hey, it's alright. I'm gonna get myself 2 staples and I'm going to get me some Sharpies, that's for sure. And now I'm going to use my Azure top coat to go over the top of this nail. If this were a client, before I would put stones, I will use my IBD clear hard gel with a thin layer, and then I would go in with a no wipe top coat on top of that to stick my stones. But being that a flexi isn't going to be going nowhere, we're going to just use this glitter, you guys. I think I got this from Becky Rose. Maybe. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I got this out of my daughter's glitter kit, I think, when she was done using it. But I'm just going to use a little bit of it to go into the, I should have put a little bit of top coat here. But I don't even really need it, to be honest. I can just use a little alcohol. Get my brush wet. Pick up some glitter. Whoa, I went all around there and did not mean to. Well, if you're not me, you'll be more careful. And I'm just going to highlight these leaves a little bit with some glitter, because who doesn't like glitter? I know I do. Love me some glitter. And I kind of put too much on here, you guys, because now I lost all that definition that I had. Here we go. We do this. Move it all to the side. But you see what I did though? I'm starting to move the Sharpie. So now I'm going to have to go with it with the glitter. No fuss, no muss. Don't know what that means, to be honest with you. I'm a goober-doo. I just heard somebody else say it. Sorry, I done smacked you upside the damn head. I rang your bell. Ring your bell. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Sorry. Sorry, y'all.
The whole thing. And they say when you hit it from the front, the outside, because it bows in like this, they say that way it's harder if you punch at it, and it's harder to break. But from the outside, since it bows out, it's out anyways. So when you hit it, it's easier to break. So if somebody hits it, especially because I snapped, I was like that. I knew how to punch to break something. I knew how to.